Now this video is for you if you're trying to figure out what batteries you need and you're running more of like an advanced bass boat. You've got a 36 volt trolling motor, you've got a relatively new outboard that is lithium capable, and maybe you've got some marine electronics. You got live scope, you got 360, whatever on your boat, and you're trying to figure out what that setup is for your next battery configuration. We're gonna talk through some options and help you work through that. Do we need to start off with lithium versus lead acid and AGM? Super high level. Lead acid is heavy, it's cheap, cycle life sucks. That's about it. The voltage decay on it's pretty bad. So if you're looking at like marine electronics, you'll start the day at 12.5 volts. You'll end the day at under 12 volts. It's no bueno. AGM is a little bit better than lead acid, a little bit more expensive, just as heavy, a little bit better cycle life. That's an AGM in a nutshell. Then you've got lithium's LiFePO4, lithium iron phosphate batteries. These are what you're seeing all those people run on the internet. And they range from $150 to $600, whatever it could be. And what you get is super lightweight. You get basically twice, 2x the capacity and a crazy amount of cycle life. But you're going to pay a little bit more for that depending on which battery you go with. Okay, now that we're baseline there, super high level, let's talk through the setup. So we're going to start off with the trolling motor itself. Now I run a Garmin Force 36 volt in a 36 volt configuration. Battery just like this. This is a Power Queen. Hopefully this focuses. This is a Power Queen 38.4 50 amp hour battery. That's essentially what I'm going to recommend. I'll give you a couple different flavors of batteries. I like the LiTimes. I like Power Queen, Redodo. There's a couple others out there. I'll put some links in the description. I don't even get caught up on the exact battery. Now, people always, 100% of the time, get caught up on the amp hours. And there's two trains of thoughts here. So there's one group that's not really sure what they need. There's the middle ground that uses them and understands batteries. That's me. Then you've got these people that just buy whatever they see on the internet and they try to convince you that you need that too. If you're running a bass boat like we talked about, basic 19-20 foot, 36 volt trolling motor, 50 amp hours is all you need for 98% of the fishermen out there. Unless you're doing multi-day trips, you're doing 3 days of practice, you got to turn around, you got to fish 2, 3, 4 days of tournament fishing, extreme conditions, super high current. If you're running a normal bass boat, 10 to 12 hour days of fishing, moderate wind, 50 amp hours will do it. If it does not do it, you should capacity test your batteries because something's wrong. That's it. I've said it. Okay. So what I would recommend is a 50 amp hour, 38.4 volt, right? 38.4 volt lithium battery. The reasons why I like a single battery versus three. One is the simplicity. Now, if you're running 3 batteries in series, folks say, well, if one fails, I could just swap it out or go to 24 volt. Yeah, sure, whatever. Sure, you can be MacGyver, rewire your whole boat or out there in the middle of a tournament, you got 30 pounds in the boat and keep going, right? Sounds great. Now, in the real world, if you have 3 batteries, you have 3 opportunities for failure versus 1 battery. I've got 1 BMS to worry about, 1 set of cells. I've got 3 BMSs to worry about and 3 sets of cells, and wiring and all the things. It can't fail if it's not on the boat. So I've got 3 batteries, I've got 3 opportunities for failure. I've got 1 battery, I've got 1 opportunity. Less redundancy, but here we go. I run a single 36 volt and a dual purpose. That's it. That said, 50 amp hours will do it. Some of them you'll find 55 or 60 amp hours, depending on the company. I've used a MillerTech 60 amp hour, works great as well. But in general, 50 amp hours is going to cover a huge portion of the average to moderate tournament angler for a day of fishing. That's just how it is. So that's the trolling motor battery. If you want to talk, let's talk about your marine electronics separately. And if you're the person that wants a dedicated marine electronics battery, you can do that. I don't care for 16 volt batteries. I've done videos on that. 12 volt battery, 100 amp hour-ish. I have a calculator in a video that you can use to estimate how many amp hours you need for a dedicated battery. And you know, like an extra mini, like this LiTime would be good. Real small battery if you're adding something to a space. Maybe you go from 3 batteries to 1. You've got some extra room. Drop in your marine electronics battery. That'll do just fine for you. 100 amp hour range typically covers a wide range of people. You can get a group 31 size dedicated battery up to 165 amp hours on 12 volts. You can get a ton of power out of that much space. So there's some options there for that. Let's talk cranking batteries. You're in one of two boats. You want just a traditional AGM or lead acid battery. I'm not going to help you with that. You can go to Walmart, whatever, get that battery all good. If you want a lithium cranking battery and your motor is compatible with that, something relatively newer, 2019-ish or newer Mercury, you can go with like a dual purpose battery, which is what I run. I have a 140 dual purpose, 100 dual purpose, 165 dual purpose, and I think another 100. I've used a variety of different dual purpose batteries and had zero issues with them. Some people have issues. I would stick with the Redodo, the LiTimes. Not sure Power Queen has one. Or higher, right? You can go to Monster Marine, you can go to Powerhouse, whatever, Ionic. They all run dual purpose batteries as well if you want to go spend a little extra more coin. But in general, I like the dual purpose batteries. It's super simple. I have a 2-bank charger that charges everything. It runs all my stuff. I have no interference issues whatsoever, plenty of power. I like the dual purpose batteries for something like that. So to summarize and wrap all that up, first, please like and subscribe to the channel, please. And second, trolling motor batteries, 36 volt, 50 amp hours, going to cover almost everybody. Unless you're extreme case, we'll have another video coming up for you if you're an extreme case kind of guy. And I like the dual purpose. LiTime, Redodo, I'd have to check if Power Queen has one. 140-ish plus amp hour, depending on your number of electronics. All right, you got 3, 4, 5 graphs, 6 graphs, who knows. Get fish marine display. You may want a bigger battery. And if you found that helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave any comments you may have. I'll get back to you. And we will see you on the next video.